Welcome. It must be Tuesday at 5 o'clock because it is time for the Dr. Ron Facebook Live. How y'all doing this evening? Glad to see you all stop in and hang out with me on a Tuesday night for a short period of time. Uh, got a pretty interesting show today. I'm teaming up on the second part of my show with my media partner, CC News Media. They're going to come on with me today, and they've been on with me before. And I think we're going to have a very positive and interesting conversation about the many things that have gone on in the election world today. So let's get started. Right, we got. I want to talk about Donald Trump, and I'm going to talk about this later on with CC Media. But he's doing a State of the Nation today. Number 45, President number 45, is coming on to give a State of the Nation. I'm I'm kind of interesting about the timing of this State of the Nation. The president who is in the middle of a closing arguments on a impeachment, and then right in the middle of the first election caucus, okay, that just took place in Iowa yesterday. Now we're going to talk about this in greater detail, but I just wanted to throw that out there, give you something to scratch your head and say, the thing I know about President number 45 is that he's going to say something in the middle of this State of the Nation that's going to be off script. And I promise you, it's going to be very revealing about what he did and what he didn't do and what he had to do with a lot of things that is going on in the election world. So I'm very interested to see what his ego will allow him to reveal in this conversation. Also, I want to encourage you to scroll down on my Facebook feed, and you will see an upcoming event with one of the groups I work with as a consultant, Soul Street Collective. They're doing an anniversary show coming up in March. You'll see the plugger on my feed. Definitely click, on it, get all the information. There's going to be a lot of celebrity stars dropping in. I'll be there myself. So don't what they say, meet me there, beat me there. It's going to be an outstanding event at the entrance. It's going to be live, up close and personal, and a lot of fun. Also, if you scroll down on my Facebook feed, you'll also see the play coming up this weekend that we had the creator and the director of the play about the vaudeville show that's going to be going on at Theater 47. That is this Saturday coming up. You don't want to miss that. If you don't have your ticket, it might be too late. It's going to be an outstanding event coming up. Going back to the Roaring Twenties, this is what they say. I don't go along with what they say too much, but Black History Month. But this is a celebration of blackness in this place. So I'm looking forward to going out and celebrating with the cast and the crew of this play coming up this Saturday. The plug is right on my website. I'm sorry, right on my Facebook page. Scroll down and you will see the plugger for the play about the Roaring Twenties live vaudeville show. You definitely don't want to miss that. Also, this Friday, they're going to be having a live comedy show at Cajun Crab Boil over in Orland Park, along with Chris Michaels. He's hosting this comedy show. Many of the cast I'm very good friends with, so I'm planning on stopping in there this Friday, hang out with some of the comedians. If you need a laugh and a good time, Cajun Crab Boil in Orland Park. It's going to be a good time over there. Let's see, that's Thursday night. Soul Street Collective will be at the entrance. This is the first Thursday. They will be performing live at the entrance. This is the first time coming up for their own regular Thursday night performance. That's Soul Street Collective. They'll be performing this Thursday at the entrance. You don't want to miss that. So stop in and check on that. I'll be over there as well. I got to give some shout outs here. We got a lot of people chiming in on the live feed tonight. My brother, the chef, chiming in, Mr. Carlton Parnell. He was on the show. I'm still waiting on him to tell me when he wants me to come down and he gonna let me taste some of his culinary treats. The chef is on the line. Glad to see the chef. Mr. Lamont Watts chiming in on a Tuesday night. Glad to see you. Hope things are going well over there. I see he has stirred things up in the stepping community as always, doing his thing. Mr. Marion Phelps, you know, he's on the line tonight. Miss Lens of Faith is chimed in on us tonight. Happy Tuesday evening to you as well. We got to talk about getting you on the show soon. She's also a media personality and interested in talking with her. Pastor Ferris Davis, good friend of mine. We've been friends going all the way back to the 90s, side by side, working together, doing things, you know, together, side by side. Glad to have him tuned in on the show today. Miss Bryson, also another media personality. She has a show that she does. If you don't know these people, you need to ask somebody, because I'm telling you, these folks are outstanding, doing their thing in media, all over the place, doing their media, all on the internet. So I'm excited and glad to have these folks tuned in on the show today. Mr. Damon Hendricks, an artist in his own right, he just chimed in. Glad to have him on the show this evening. We got to get him on so he can talk about some of the artwork that he does in the art community. He's a freestyle artist. I seen this brother flat-footed at a concert just take paintbrushes and a canvas and just freestyle draw some art that is priceless. Man, this dude puts on a show all by himself, Mr. Damon Hendricks. Miss Alicia Remsen, glad to see her on the line tonight. So we're getting a lot of folks chiming in on us tonight. I am glad to have them stopping in. Shout out to everybody who's taking their time out of their busy day to tune in and check out Dr. Ron on Facebook Live. All right, so we're going to have other folks as they come in. We're going to shout you out. If you got questions and things you want us to address on the line, we will definitely address those things as you type them in on the live feed here. So Miss Andrea, you know, will be performing tonight along with Soul Street Collective. She's on the line. She'll be at the 50-yard line tonight. They're doing their thing at the 50-yard line tonight. Standing room only. I was there last week on Tuesday night, and I tell you, it was not a place to sit down. So these young ladies at Soul Street Collective are packing the house out everywhere they go. If you have not had the pleasure of seeing them, go check them out at the 50-yard line tonight. And then you can also see them at their anniversary show in March. You don't want to miss that. Tickets are going fast. They got VIP section available. Also, you can reach out to the phone number, go Eventbrite. I mean, there's all sorts of ways. You can reach out to any one of the cast members, and they'll all be able to help you make sure you have your tickets, you know, to that performance. It's going to be outstanding. If you have never had the pleasure of seeing Soul Street Collective, you have missed out on opportunity to see a wonderful R&B band. I mean, they sing all of your favorites. Most of the people that come on my feed, you know, they are old enough to understand the music that they are performing. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. They throw down, okay? Miss Phyllis Shelton, she's chiming in tonight, giving her a shout out as well. All right, let's move right along here. I want to get over here and go over to my ASK ron.com. This is my website. On my website, you will run across many of the supporters that sponsors, people that support the Ask Dr. Ron in whatever endeavors that I'm doing. There's Soul Street Collective. We were just talking about them a little while ago. You can reach out to them for booking your special events. You can go over here on my website and find their information. It's going to be outstanding to not miss anything that they're doing. Everything they do is off the hook. But you can find out more about where they're going to be and what they're doing. Also, Miss Opal Staples. Miss Opal Staples is also performing at the entrance second Sunday and fourth Sunday. So if you're interested in finding out more information about Opal, there's a link to her website right there. You can click on it. And now, over here to where my advertisers are. People that have supported me since in all of the endeavors that I do. Chief Nomo, if you are interested in finding out about alkaline water, moringa seeds, Chief Nomo's on the south side of Chicago. You can go over here, click on this banner, and it'll take you right to his website. And it's going to be products, goods, and services that he has brought back from the west coast of Africa. Chief Nomo has been a staple in the community for a while, and I promise you, Chief Nomo has been throwing down with moringa seeds and alkaline water. He's going to get you in good shape. You know, a lot of people wondering how to get themselves back in good shape after partying so hard over the holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's. Well, Chief Nomo will consult with you. You can make an appointment, go down and sit down with him, and he'll help get you back in good shape. I was just down there last week, and I promise you, Chief Nomo it's like a revolving door. People are in and out all the time. Southside, like they say, this is Black History Month. And if you need a black business to support, during Black History Month, Chief Nomo is a black business that you can support. All right, let's see. RRJ Webb. RRJ Webb has been with me for over 10 years, and he has developed many, many websites for people that I have sent to him. He also hosts all types of websites. He can develop them and host them as well. He also is the host and the developer of my website, the Ask Dr. Ron site. Click on this banner. It'll take you over to his site. You get a chance to see some of the things that he's done. He's worked for many political organizations. RRJ Webb, nobody beats his prices. I can tell you that. He'll send you a proposal, and you all can talk about what needs to be done. If you know what needs to be done, if you don't know what needs to be done, RRJ Web Solutions can help work with you. And he does maintenance. Now, I don't know if many people know how important maintenance is when you're doing websites. Websites, once you get them up, there are many people from all over parts of the world that they got nothing better to do than to sit up and figure out ways in order to hack your website. He does the maintenance to protect your website and your investment. So you need to reach out to RRJ Webb, and he will work with you to develop whatever you may need or whatever you think you may need in a website situation. Been with me a very long time. All right, we got Pour It Again Sam. This is my favorite advertiser. Sam brings in some of the best wine from all over the world. Sam has been with me for over 15 years now, and I promise you, if you know what you like in wines and spirits, Sam can help you find your taste bud. He has something that is exclusive. When it's gone, it's gone. You may go over there and 6 months from now go back, and if you didn't buy enough of it when you were there, it's too bad, because when the inventory runs out, it's over. You can't buy it any place else. Quick story to tell you about. I was at a holiday party, and one of my associates had picked up something special from Sam. And one of the guests went over to the wine counter or the bar that they had, saw this beautiful bottle, picked it up, popped the cork, and drank it. And then they found out after they had drank it and enjoyed it that, man, this was like, ooh, outstanding. Where can we get this? And then they were like, this look of terror came over their face when they realized that that was a gift given to them that cannot be replaced. And then they immediately got online because they like, well, Google can find it. And they started trying to find this wine and they couldn't find it. They was like, we can't replace it. They were hurt, and devastated because they found out that this was only something that you can get from Port Again Sam. And guess what? It was only limited bottles available to begin with. So I promise you, if you click on the banner here, go over to Port Again Sam, you will find out about how Sam does things. And you can set up a wine tasting, and then you need to get whatever you like and get enough of it because it could not be available the next time you go looking for it again. So that was, it was heartbroken, but luckily, I got Sam on speed dial. I was able to hook them up, and they were able to replace that bottle with little or no effort. All right. National Block Club University. Now, this is something that we need going forward, not just in Black History Month, but every month and every day of the year. Dr.Ron Smith is on the front line trying to help each and every one of us change our communities. And he's got people on the front line, block by block, working to do that. And if you are interested in making things better where you live, you definitely need to reach out to Dr.Ron Smith and National Block Club University and find out what you can do to participate. Just click on the banner. They have all the information on how to get in contact with them, what they're doing, what their programs are about, and what you can do to support. All right quick, we're going to play our theme song.
Ask Dr. Ron. Whatever you're feeling, he will give you healing, he'll inform you. Ask Dr. Ron, ask Dr. Ron. Entertaining news, political issues, local and globally.
All right. ask-dr-ron.com. Go over to my website, take your time, browse, check it out, see what's going on over there. If you want to be a sponsor or a supporter to what we're doing at the Ask Dr. Ron show, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to interview you. If you've got an event coming up, let me know about it. We can schedule you to come on board the show and we can talk about it, see about what's going on with your event. Also, if you want more contact information, leave your contact information with us so we can give you more information about what we got going on. There's a contact page there. Fill out the information and we'll keep you informed with places, appearances that I'll be showing up, things I'll be doing. That's ask-dr-ron.com. All right. So now we're going to move further in the show. As I stated to you earlier, we're going to be bringing on my media partner, Miss Wanda Carter. She is working with me and I'm working with her. We're going to get her on the line right now, tie her into the show so we can get a chance to hear from her. And let's see, let's get her up and running here. Hello there, Miss Wanda, you there?
I'm here.
Oh, there
Yes,
you
I
go. All right, now I can see you. How you doing this evening?
okay.
Good.
I'm doing fine. How are you?
You need to tilt your camera down a little bit, just a little bit. There you go. Now we can see all of you. All right.
Okay.
All right, Miss Carter, Miss Wanda is with CC News Media, one of the news organizations in the Chicagoland area. We have been working together since about the middle of the year last year. Actually, Ron Smith put us together.
Yes, he
Uh,
did.
he didn't know what he was doing at the time, but we've established a working relationship, and we're going to look forward to keeping Miss Wanda part of what we're doing over here at the Facebook Live and anything else that we got going on. And at least bring her on at least once a month. So, Miss Wanda Carter, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I really appreciate you inviting me. I look forward to our conversation.
Yes, yes, yes. So now, coming out the gate, I mentioned this at the top of the show that we were going to talk about this. The Iowa caucuses. I know this is something that's all over the news. They just came out with something within the last hour talking about, how they screwed the pooch over there in Iowa with this caucus. And first of all, let me just say this. The caucus is the equivalent to what we have over here in Illinois as the primary. It's not exactly done the same way, but it's very an old system of doing what they're doing.
Uh,
And and
what's your interest in the in Iowa's caucus?
I'm sorry.
Iowa's caucus.
No,
And,
I'm explaining to the people what it is so that people
okay.
understand we're not talking over people's head. You know, um,
Okay.
so the caucus is in Illinois we have a primary,
Yes.
and where a front runner is declared on who's going to be the person who's going to represent the ticket or the party. So in the Iowa caucus or any caucus,
Mm-hmm.
the system of how they put conduct it is very, very antiquated and old. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so now yesterday they conducted the caucus, and the results are still filtering in. The last reported within the last 30 minutes or so, they have like 60% of the results in for whoever participated in
Right.
the Iowa caucus, because every candidate does not always participate in the caucus. Okay,
Okay.
some like Bloomberg didn't even campaign there at all. So
Mm-hmm.
he did not have any interest at all in being a part of the Iowa caucus whatsoever. So and some of them don't participate in the caucus. So it's
Mm-hmm.
not unusual, okay,
Okay.
for them to not participate, because the system itself is outdated, and then what they're reporting is that they try to implement a cell phone app that they had so many problems with that they can't get accurate results, or they have all the results but they just having difficulty with getting all the information tabulated. So that's what I
Okay.
wanted to say about what the caucus is, the definition of, pretty much. So now, you being a media outlet yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and I know I know you. We talked about it a little bit earlier today when you asked me what we were going to talk about. Well, you can't help but talk about what's currently on the news at the moment. So, what is your opinion or view about what just happened in the Iowa caucus?
Well, I think that I just read up a little bit on it, and it seems like here in Illinois, people are divided. I don't know. I think that I needed to understand the difference between the caucus in Iowa and our process here in Illinois. And so you just explained it, so that makes it a little clear. But I think that, they got some work ahead of them. They got some work ahead of them. They, just like here, they're going to have to identify. I don't think all the results are in, first of all. I think you still have some results that are pending, as I understand it. And so when you get the full picture, then maybe we can have a better outlook on what is really happening there.
Yeah. Tilt your camera down a little bit more. You're still a little bit off. There you go. Now we can see your full face. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Part of the problem with any of this is now we got caucus in New Hampshire coming up next week. And then they got Super Tuesday coming up in March, which is about a little over a month away. And Super Tuesday is going to probably be the biggest show of turnout on who's supporting who, going forward, towards the major election that's going to happen in November. But, I think that the caucus system of voting is going to show that how vulnerable that the country still is to screw ups, and it's hypersensitive right now, especially after Trump's election number 45 with the Russian intervention, the Chinese intervention, and all the crooks are never going to be properly identified because hey, it was successful. Everybody.
Politics is all about dividing up the economic pie.
Yeah.
So I think that there's always going to be some issues with how that's done, and people don't want to show their support to the last minute because maybe they might want to flip. They might want to support somebody else other than who's in their party. So I don't know. Politics just seems to be a way for the government to divide up the money.
That's your opinion. You sticking to it, huh?
I'm sticking to it.
All right. I don't know what you're doing. You keep knocking yourself off camera. Now
I'm off camera?
Yeah, there you go. Now come back a little bit more. There you go. Now you back on camera. Now we can see you. All right. Yeah, because you keep bumping something and then you disappear. All right. So now let me move on to the next question that I mentioned that we were going to talk about. Number 45 is having a State of the Nation today. So what do you think is going to be one of the highlights of his State of the Nation?
Number 45? You talking about our president?
Yeah, that's what they call him, number 45, Trump. Yeah.
I'm not going to agree or disagree with number 45. With Trump, I don't know. Trump is a special kind of person. His mother even said, he's a special kind of person. So who knows what's going to come out of that man's mouth tonight? I think that he feels very challenged that they've taken him for the impeachment, and he's always said it's unfair. Like he said, we got fake news and all that stuff. Who knows what Trump's number one angle is going to be tonight? I don't know.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be surprised at whatever he comes up with.
Yeah, it's interesting timing, which is what I said at the opening of the show, is that he's doing this State of the Union. They've been doing closing arguments on his impeachment. We just had the first caucus that turned out to be a disaster. So I'm sure he's going to be off script some kind of way with trying to take full credit for everything that he possibly can take credit for.
And put down whoever else he can put down.
Exactly.
What he does. Now
Yeah.
I'm surprised he hasn't fired anyone else lately. you know, because when you do not side with him, he fires you.
Yeah, yeah, that's one of his things that he do. You
Yes.
know, but if you go back into colonial times, they used to do the same thing, off with their head.
That's
they used
true.
to they used to take people down to the chopping block every day, because they might not agree with what they agree with, but they'll definitely say, like, go down to the chopping block, get rid of another one. Like, if the court gesture ain't funny enough, we can get rid of him and go get another one, and then post a job opening. We got another one gone, so who wants the next job? You know, I want to say King Henry used to be the one that got rid of wives like that. When he didn't believe in divorces, he would just go chop her head off. One of those King Henrys used to have a reputation of getting rid of wives like that. So
No,
you
no.
know so you know
What you been reading?
huh.
What you been reading?
Hey, it's called history, colonial, English or European history. You
Okay.
know,
Yes.
yeah. Hey, that's what they did. They made
Oh,
movies about it.
oh,
So hey, so now we're in the middle of what they call, now I don't like to go there, but what they call Black History Month. So what's CC News Media is, what are you all doing special for what they call Black History Month?
well, on the 8th of this month, which is this coming Saturday, we're going to have a television broadcast taping. Going to be at Can TV Studios, and we're going to talk about Black history in terms of what we need to be doing to help bring some resources to Black businesses and nonprofits, because we need to be trying to be in the business of saving our young people. It's a lot of our young people entrapped in the prison system, entrapped in the drugs, entrapped in alcoholism. They're just entrapped because that's the way society set this all up. So we have to show them how to free themselves. And I have a friend that's going to be doing some workshops on how to complete government applications so that we can start to apply for some of these jobs that they got available that we never seem to get because we are not completing these applications appropriately. And so she's going to be doing some workshops on that, and there'll be some upcoming announcement dates for when those workshops are going to take place. But on the 8th, we'll be at Can TV Studios at 9 in the morning from 9 to 12. And again, we're going to talk about how we can develop some resources for our Black businesses and nonprofits so that we can continue to help our communities grow.
Mm. So where is the studios located?
1309 South Wood Street in
Oh,
Chicago, 1 block south of Roosevelt on Woods.
now, all are welcome, or is it you have to have a special
Absolutely.
invitation? Okay.
All are welcome. You can come. You
Yeah.
know, you can sit and view the production. Yes.
You know. So now, if they come to this event, the primary focus is going to be talking about how to get money, or
How to get resources. Money is not the only resource that we need in our community. We need folks to step up to the plate and come and spend some time and with some focus groups that we put together for the young people that are coming out from prison and needing to have some way to support themselves and so they can return to their families as functionable adults. And most of these jobs, you know, they have some programs they call second chance programs. We need to find out where all those programs are and try to get them involved with those programs. But some folks will just need to start their own business because they're not going to be able to get the kind of jobs that will pay them the kind of salaries that they need to sustain themselves.
mm-hmm.
So we need to teach them how to start businesses, work with them, help them start something that they can do that somebody else doesn't have. All they have to do is hire them for the service.
Okay, so is this something that, programs that you're going to be jump starting where you want, people to sign up to be a part of things that you're doing to help them, or are you going to have
Yeah.
people there that they're going to be signing folks up?
Yes, I may do some training. Like my dissertation was on working with seniors and disabled adults on how to use the basic computer skills, how to surf the web, how to look up your medical records, how to use your smartphone. Because a lot of them, we have the phones, but don't know how to use them to their fullest capacity. And a lot of seniors have computers, but maybe they know how to send an email or receive an email, but do they know how to do a video conference? Do they know how to talk to grandma in Yazoo City, Mississippi? Do you know how to set that whole piece up? So just like we're doing this video conference, they can do that with grandma and see her every day instead of trying to save till they can afford to go there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
all kinds of skills, teaching people how to be independent thinkers, entrepreneurs.
Okay. Well, you keep saying entrepreneurs, so what other kind of entrepreneurs are you looking to try and get going at this event?
Well, as I said, my friend is going to be teaching people how to. Oh, at the event coming up on Saturday.
Whenever, yeah, is this Saturday?
Well,
Yeah.
that's a television taping where we're going to be talking about some of the strategies that we're going to employ to do just what I just explained.
Okay.
Try to provide create some workshops, do some focus groups, try to get opinions and people's insights on what needs to be done. What do we need to do to boost our community?
Okay.
What do we need to do to help the people that are returning to our community from the prison system, who can't get jobs or who haven't been introduced to the second chance programs that are available? What are the programs? Not just CTA. There's supposed to be many of them. So what are they? Where are they? How can they apply?
So you basically trying to start a lifeline for anybody who might be interested. So if you are a person that fits in any of those categories that are trying to seek information, that would be a good place to go to be a part of what's going on. Do you have that information on your website?
No, but I will put it there. It's a lot of information on the website. That has to be added. So after we
Okay.
do the show, that'll be on the website, and then I'll start to add other things.
Okay. And the website is ccnewsmedia.org.
Yes.
Yeah, so they can go over there and find out information about this event that's coming up. And you're tagging that as a Black History event or Black
It's,
History Month
it's
event.
our Black History show. It's
Okay.
our show. Yeah.
All right.
So it may lead into a second show. We may end up doing two shows that day, but at least that one will be on how to reestablish some programs that can help people either get jobs or start businesses,
I got you.
and what
So,
kind of resources are available for that.
okay. All right. Well, that sounds like something interesting for Black History Month. It's crazy. Right in the middle of getting ready to start the show, one of the people that started calling me was Reven, and I'm
Uh-huh.
like, I know he probably got something he wanted to tell me about, but I'm in the middle of doing a show. I couldn't answer the phone at the time.
I
Yeah,
went on Facebook.
yeah. Right quick, I want to give a couple of shout outs to some of the folks that have chimed in on the show today. We got Nancy Ellis. We got one of the singers with Soul Street Collective that's going to be performing at the 50-yard line tonight. If you want to see a great show, you might want to stop down there and check them out. We got Denise. We got Bob Gorman. He's on the line. Cynthia Bean. Miss Cynthia Bean has a Stepping Community magazine or website. Another sister in broadcasting. Miss Alazita, I can't even say her name. That's her Wakanda name, but she's the one that's doing the production on Saturday the vaudeville show in Park Forest. Miss
Okay.
Latanya, she's another member of the Soul Street Collective. We talked about them earlier in the broadcast. J.W. Webster, all the way from Arizona. He's on the line with us today. He does a broadcast later on Tuesday evening. And he's one of those people that you send him a hard hitting spiritual question and he gonna answer it. You know, him and his team of pastors, they gonna dig into it till they get it.
All right.
Uh, Donald Green, all the way from Arizona as well, he's watching. So I'm glad to have all these people dropping in. Miss Paula Gilmore, she's dropped in. Always glad to see people dropping in when we're doing our Facebook Live. Nobody's posting any questions at this time. But I always like to check in and see who's listening on the line and see who's going on. If you got any questions for Miss Wanda, please don't hesitate to type them in the live feed, and we'll ask her while she's on the line. If you want to participate in her event or find out more about it, you know, her phone number is also on the screen, 773-340-8421. And I'm sure sometimes she answers the phone, y'all. I'm just going to be honest with you. She
Don't
be
be
so
silly.
busy. You know, and she'll get back to you now sometimes, you know, unless it's after 9 o'clock. You know, I don't know. Her news coverage only works before 9 o'clock at night. Anything after 9 o'clock at night, she ain't covering it. Okay, you know, she ain't got nothing to do with the news after 9. So anything before that, you might be able to catch her. You know.
Thank you, Dr. Ron. I appreciate that announcement.
Yeah, I'm just letting people to know. You know, look. If something happened at 10:05,
I'll have them call you,
hey, I'm up.
and I
You
know
know,
you'll be on it.
yeah.
I know
Look,
you'll be
I'm up. People will know they can reach me 24/7.
on it.
You
All right.
know, so you know I don't have a problem being available. You know, when people got something going on and I need to know about it. You know, no problem at all.
All right.
Um, so what else you got going on, Miss Wanda? I know you got the event coming up on Saturday. So what else you got going on?
Well, just every day, just trying to reestablish, create this new image because this is 2020. I want to come out with something different.
Okay.
And so I'm looking at what the possibilities are. And I love the media. I love writing, and so I may be joining the Writers Club. Miss Jerry Hudson, they're in High Park. I think they call themselves the High Park Writers Group. And all of these writers are going to be writing, and I'll be publishing their works inside of the Chicago Communicator online publication. And I'm looking forward to it. I mean, because when you work with writers, they're creative people. They're the way they write and the way they express themselves is always so tantalizing to me. I love it, and so I'm looking forward to working with these writers. They're
Okay.
going to be joining me, and I get to meet with each one, and maybe I can get them to do a video 30-second infomercial that to introduce themselves to our listening and viewing audience.
Okay. So now I
Yeah.
know one of the shows that you produce because you have had me as a guest on it is the Omnibus.
Yes, Roundtable TV show.
Yeah, am I saying it right? Omnibus.
Yes.
Yeah.
No bus. Yes,
Okay.
resources.
All right. So what's going on with that going forward?
Well, that's the taping we're going to do on Saturday. That's our Black History taping, and it'll be omnibus, and it'll be Sandra Campbell, Margot Richmond, and myself, and we'll talk about some of the issues that I just presented regarding how we can work to help prepare our community better for jobs and or for resources to help them start their own businesses.
Okay.
So that's what's going to be happening on Saturday. And we might follow that show with a show from Woman to Woman, where we talk about all the different hats women wear and what's coming up with this upcoming election. I'd really like to invite the candidates and the incumbents to give me a call and come on to the show and talk about their platform initiatives, because people need to know who you are before the election so that they can make intelligent decisions about whether they want to pick you as a candidate or not. If they don't know anything about you, then they're just going by a name, and if they haven't heard anything about you, they may exclude your name just because they don't know who you are. They don't know what your campaign platform initiatives are. They don't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
It really amazes me how the candidates, you only hear from them when it's time to vote.
Mm-hmm.
What about the rest of the year? How come you're not stopping by to see how I'm doing in June? How about coming to see if, coming to let me know if you were able to meet some of the things that you said you were going to do during your campaign? We need some better accountability.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, and I think that's what you're talking about all along is accountability, making people that have made promises and said things during the election cycle
yes,
that are not staying on task or staying focused,
yes,
and then it's a two-way street. If we don't hold them accountable,
right. Then they
you
don't have to
know,
be accountable.
if we don't reach out to them, day one after the election, they forget who we are,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
you have to, stay in touch with them in order to let them know that, hey, I was here and I'm always here and I'm not going anywhere, and sometimes, people don't, um, accept their responsibility as holding them responsible. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we all want something. We all need something. We all need the ability to be able to have access to our elected officials.
Right.
And having access to them is a good thing. And not always for ourselves, but for others that need them more. So you plan on holding interviews with some of the candidates that are running for office that you're
Oh,
aware of?
absolutely, absolutely. I plan on contacting their offices, those that are running, and inviting them to participate in letting people know what it is they're running for, and what are their plans in terms of bringing about some change to the offices they're going to be holding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yes, yes, in answer to your question, yes, I will be reaching out to these candidates.
Okay. Good. 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 Yeah. And I would love to sit in on some of those panels when you start, interrogating them. I would love to have something to do with
It
that.
won't be an interrogation, it'll just be a
Well, look, they're gonna feel like it by the time they get through.
Nah, they'll be cool. They'll be cool.
Yeah.
My goal is not to embarrass or antagonize anybody. It is just to find out what their goals and objectives are, and whether or not people will be able to measure whether they've accomplished those goals or initiatives.
I know that's right. All right. Well, that sounds good. All right. Anything else you got on the horizon in 2020? I know the year is just starting. Anything else we can start looking out for with CC News Media?
Uh, well, Glenda Fulton does something called Walk 365 days a year for sarcoidosis. So I'm going to start walking because I think I just will feel more energetic if I can get out there at least an hour a day and walk around. And that is my goal for me, my personal challenge.
Okay. So you got your little agenda and the news media agenda as well.
Yes,
So that's the biggest thing you got going on. Anything else?
that's the biggest thing. Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, good. That's Miss Wanda Carter with
Yes. Oh, I do have one other announcement. I'm going
okay.
to be inviting, or I have invited the surgeons that worked on my granddaughter in California to come to Chicago and be on the Omnibus Roundtable TV show. They will be notifying me when they're going to be able to make that trip. And then I will be making an announcement on my shows and on the website to let people know when they're going to be in town and to come and be a part of the audience. If you have an interest in meeting two Black surgeons, I don't know if both of them will come, but the surgeon that runs the facility and is the surgeon that removed my granddaughter's tumor, he will be coming. And I'm going to be very proud to talk with them and to make people aware of the kind of work that they do. People go to these doctors from around the world. They are world-renowned Black African men that are surgeons. And they come to Chicago to be on my show. And so when I get the date and time, I will let everyone know. And I expect to see your face in the place.
All right now. All right, so that's coming up in the future. You're gonna be doing interviews with surgeons from where they're from?
California.
From California, coming to
Remember
Chicago.
when I went to California?
Yeah, but the people don't know. That's why I'm talking about it. Oh, they don't. Yeah,
Yes,
you know,
California.
you went to California and took your granddaughter
Yes.
because she had a problem with a tumor, and
Yes.
and you sought out information, and these were two of the specialists in that field,
Yes.
and they were able to perform the surgery successfully. And now
Yes.
you're going to interview them on your CC News Media Organization Network. So that's just forthcoming in the year 2020. So it's a lot of good information coming out, you know, going forward with some of the things that will be coming out of your news media. And just to let everybody know that the Ask Dr. Ron show is in media partnership with CC News Media. That's why you see Dr. Wanda Carter on the show today, and she'll be on every month to give us an update on things that she's got going on. This month just happens to be the first of many, and we're going to encourage everybody to go over to her website, www.ccnewsmedia.org, and you'll find information about, you know, what the organization does, what they cover. And you can also reach out to her, 773-340-8421.
Yes.
And that's Miss Wanda Carter. Now, how long have you been at the helm of this organization?
Wow. 1999.
Okay. So it's not something that's just brand new, just getting started. It's been around for a minute. You know. So you got, you know, established other media partners that work with you, and they all bring in correspondents to help keep this news media outlet relevant.
Yes.
You know, I'll say that because sometimes people do stuff and then they fade out. You know, so now that you are been doing this since 1999, you doing bigger and better things.
Oh yes, we started as a newspaper and then branched out into all of the fields of the media when I married my deceased husband. He was known as Morgan Carter, the world's conversation starter, and he was in television, radio. I introduced him to the internet, and he was in publications. He had his own publication, the Morgan Memo, and he did radio. So yes, that's what happened, and so he passed about 10 years ago, and I have been carrying the mantle ever since.
Well, good, and you're doing a great job. And we've come on board to try to encourage you and keep you excited about what you're doing. Because if you're not excited about what you're doing, you stop doing it.
That's
so keep up the good work, you know, and you know we'll do our part to try and help you keep folks interested by, you know, letting folks know. Because if they don't know, they, you know, how they gonna find you? Because, you know, I just found you last year, so I didn't know anything about any of those things. Even though we know a lot of the same people,
Yeah,
everywhere we go, we run into folks that know you and I, and have been knowing you and I for years. So that's a good thing.
that's
You
true.
know, yeah. So look, it's time to wind down the show this week. I don't see anybody new on the feed. Glad folks took time to come by and hang out with us today. So just hang on, Wanda. Don't go anywhere.
All right.
Uh, like and share. Take this information, tell folks about it. Go to the events that we've talked about. Scroll down on my Facebook feed, and you'll get a chance to see some of the events that we're talking about. You'll see what she's talking about on her website. Go over to ask-dr-ron.com. Go over to my website. If you'd like to be an advertiser, reach out to me, send me a message, give me a call. All my information is on my website. If you want to post an event and talk about it on the Facebook feed, let me know. Reach out to me, talk to me about it, and we'll mention it on the live feed. And that's it. I don't have anything else. Keep in mind we got the State of the Nation coming up tonight with Donald Trump. I am so curious to see what he gonna brag on himself about today. I'm looking forward to hearing it. Cash Crowd Fund. Ask me about it. Reach out to me. Find out how you can make some money, because I know y'all spend all y'all little money during the holiday season and y'all need to make some more money. So reach out to me. I'm going to put a page up on my website, so start looking out for that at ask-dr-ron, Cash Crowd Fund. It explains what it is, and if you're interested and becoming involved in it, let me know, and I will gladly, walk you through it. Miss Carter got involved, so if you're friends of Miss Carter, Miss Wanda, you can ask her about it. Ask Miss Wanda Carter about Cash Crowd Fund. She will be more than happy to explain how it works. You just putting yourself in a position to make some money, and I don't know too many people that don't need some money. Okay?
Oh,
So you need to try and find out how to get some money. And I ain't talking about robbing nobody either. Okay? Because that'll get you in one of them other programs she got for you when you come home. Yeah. So that's going to conclude the show for today. Anything you want to leave the people with before we get out of here, Miss Wanda?
no, except we link people around the world, so make sure you call and let's talk about what you want to do, what you want to promote, and so we can do it.
There you go. All right. Well, we're going to get out of here for this week. Like and share. Tell somebody about the show. We're here each and every Tuesday from 5 to 6. Thank you, all the people that chimed in on the Facebook. Thank you for stopping by. And I look forward to seeing y'all again real soon.
Thank you,
Peace,
Dr. Ford.
peace and love. Peace.